Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gents. And here we have another game of 0AD.
Yes,
and in this game, we will have Borg, who is one of the best players in the community, playing against CL2488, who I will call for short just CL. And when these games are played, he had a rating of 1777, but recently he has hit 1900, and he is making good spells with bad spells in terms of rating records. So he's a bit it's difficult to know what you should expect from him. At least he is not a player that can be underestimated, and you can't use just a troll strategy against him and still win. Well, that's my experience. I will try to rotate the camera a little bit down. Okay, so this looks better in my opinion. Both of the Ptolemies, and Ptolemies are not the most OP faction in 1v1, and he has also some extra parish here and here, so maybe he wants to use them, especially since his farmsteads are cheaper, and CL has Carthaginians. He also had he had some more extra berries, and he will use them. This is a replay which I found on the forum, and well, I haven't played a lot of games myself lately, so I don't really have a lot of good ones which I would want to show. And well, I'm not aiming on showing some games which are just two players booming against each other and one player booming faster than the other. I don't really see the purpose for doing those videos. Everything has been quiet right now. Borg also has some of these berries which I didn't notice earlier. And personally, I also like to check the mini-map when I'm playing, because, well, as you noticed, I saw these berries, and I completely forgot about this clump of berries. And I also did notice that they are too close together here. The funny part about these two is that together they have 800 food, and that's almost as much as these 6 smaller grape bushes, or whether they are bushes or not. So what we see is that both players have some cavalry, Borg attacking with 7, and CL has 4, and well, 4 should be good enough to take some decent fights against the camels, but then you need to be together, because the camels do have a lot less attack, and there aren't any archers. So when it comes to kills, 3-0, and no, this one is nearly dead, so that's a little bit unlucky for CL, and somehow a horse died here. This house has carried 5 image. I guess it has garrison space for 6 indeed, so one more could have fitted in there, and the archers are carrying camel archers away, and currently the kill death ratio is 4 to 1, and what I personally would advise to do, if you notice at the start that you have some extra berries, make sure your infantry is also chopping wood nearby, so they are protected, so that can save some hassle. And probably that's a safer approach than just deciding to chop some wood at the back of your base. Borg has run around, and there are only women right here, and 2 spearmen. So, well, this will be some easy picking for Borg. Okay. So, well, this is not the start CL would have wanted. One of the reasons what makes this game interesting, or also I would like to touch in casting it, is that Carthaginians, they are known for their mercenaries and what they can do. Mercenary cavalry, they are highly rated, and well, they can be very tricky. They can also give some comebacks and such, but they aren't really the solution to everything. Phase 2 is right in. CL has only 331 metal, which actually is nice substitute for mercenary cavalry, and those 4 mercenary cavalry would be able to finish, keep those camel archers away. No, that would be the least they can do. CL pop. I saw him having a cavalry here a while ago, but no, it lies there. And more camel archers are coming. Yeah, camel archers, they might seem really annoying. They can always hit and run. However, the low attack and the low speed also means they are vulnerable. And in phase 1, you can get a speed upgrade, which can really be useful for hit and run tactics. And Borg doesn't have the speed upgrade yet. He probably has a stable, so he could get it at any moment, and it's also fairly cheap to afford the speed upgrade, because without the speed upgrade you might be very prone to be catched out of position, because if there would be 10 cavalry coming from this direction, you probably lose many of your camel archers, and if you have a little bit more speed, you have a better chance of escaping that. Okay, so this amount of camel archers, there are 20 of them, whereas CL has only 50 population, so it will be difficult to deal with, and it will quite challenging. This placement of this storehouse doesn't look so ideal. More camel archers are coming, which is to be expected, since Borg has built a stable. And 20 camel archers can easily take out those all of the small groups. And maybe what the best thing CL would be able to do is just gather these 3. Since CL is phase 2, his buildings are also more difficult to capture. You will see that if you look on the description of the next page, there's a full tip, and if the specific centers get plus 50% territory influence, and the structures also get 9 capture points regeneration per garrison unit. That means that If your units are garrisoned in the in buildings, building will generate capture points quicker. Well, if you are in phase 2, then the building generates about 12 points capture points per second per infantry that's garrisoned, plus a base of 5 capture points if I'm correct. And units typically capture with 2.5 capture points per second. CL does not have the confidence to charge against this. He does need wood, and he doesn't really have the numbers to go out here safely. So if Borg ever finds that CL is cutting wood here, he will need them. He will be in problem. Back to the story about garrison points. Every garrisoned infantry or unit gives 12 capture points per second, and every unit that tries to capture, a basic citizen unit, capture 2.5 with 2.5 capture points per second. So to cancel one infantry, you need about 5 units. So if you have about 15 units, you are not capturing or bringing down the capture points. Then the regeneration is still higher than the amount of capture you're doing, the amount of capture points you're getting. We see that Borg has to move some infantry over right here. Well, this probably seems like the end of the game. We see 35 infantry for Borg and 40 camels. So I wonder how CL will deal with that. Probably the only thing CL can hope for is indecisiveness of Borg, because right now CL cannot combat this. He can only hope that Borg doesn't strike directly to completely destroy CL. And it's looking like that's what is happening. But over on this side we see a counter-attack, and that might be a good equalizer. CL also decided to build a Roman embassy story, and he also used it for mercenary camp, and that one is remarkable. You don't see that often. Okay, now that one is deleted. Okay, so now Borg has already lost all his units that are on the outside. The Dwarven garrisons, which he already lost like a while ago. And all these camel archers, or many of them, are low on HP. And these infantry units are currently not bothering CL if they aren't attacking or capturing anything. So, and if they are walking all the way back to home, they aren't gathering resources, and that will also take a long time before they get back to work. But if you look at the populations, We see that things have evened out. Borg had at some point really, for quite a period, even doubled the population. And maybe he must at the start of the engagement even higher than that. When Borg tried to attack CL, but only the counter-attack of CL, which really put him back in the game. And currently, these infantry, they aren't doing anything except running around. I guess it will help for them to create some stamina, but apart from that, it's useless. So these are 47 infantry units which haven't done anything in this last minute. CL attacks Borg again, and the CC of Borg is shooting at the cavalry of CL, but that C only shoots with 3 arrows every 2 seconds. Since there aren't any infantry in the CC of Borg. Borg lost his barracks, so that will give him some trouble to create more infantry. And he will also lose his stable. And very slowly, these 3 arrows every 2 seconds are doing some damage against these cavalry units. At this rate, it will take a long time for them to actually do something. And okay, CL decided not to engage with these camel archers. CL is also capturing houses. Well, if you look at Borg's population, he can miss a few houses. He has a population space of 170. These are all the houses. There are 42 of them. One is unbuilt, so about 170. His population is not close to that. So, and CL has been making cavalry non-stop, continuously. And CL and Borg doesn't have any barracks or stables left, or any means to produce units elsewhere from the CC. And CL also only produces from his CC and from these mercenary buildings. And this is the first time that I noticed if you click one of them, and you click double on them, you get both. But CL has pulled ahead, and that's all because he did a counter-attack when he couldn't combat this force of units. And I also heard that Valorant said in one of his videos, if you can't fight your opponent head on, or then you're doing a base trade, one attacks the other, then player that's behind favors or has the best reason to engage in such a base trade, because it gives him a chance to come back in the game. And CL has been running around with his cavalry, and so does Borg, trying to evade them and shoot at them, and they've shot only one single cavalry down. So, well, that's a mediocre result. but well, it's better than nothing.
EST.
And there are 26 camel archers,
EST.
and most of them are on low HP. Many of them are damaged. And personally, I would just fight that, but
EST.
CL decides to run away.
EST.
And
EST.
he's chasing the camel archers again. And I'm wondering if they do have the speed upgrade. They don't have the speed upgrade, so that might mean they could be catch out of position easily. A temple has been constructed for CL, and we'll actually see several farms, only 7 actually, for Borg. And we see that CL has, I think, 4 or so. If I quickly switch to CL's point of view, he has 90 food, so he would have sufficient if he had only 4 farms. I don't, maybe he has 6. He has a short definitely will slug the slingers easily, and that's bad for Borg, because not only losing both the slingers, and in 0 AD there are also a game where you have loot, and there's also a case of promotion. So if you lose 20 slingers for no reason, you're also allowing your opponent to promote his troops. And some loot has been taken, and we see with the yellow how do you call those things above those units? You see a few yellow ones if they aren't moving so quickly, and if the background wasn't so yellowy. So these are there are some new ones in there, and there are some rank 3 units, and there are some camel archers. And this tower is a big stone tower, so considering that for every unit garrisoned in this tower, you need about 5 to offset the gaining capture points. You would need 25 units, about 25 units to capture this tower once fully garrisoned. And actually, it's all just to start bringing it down. And actually, the calculation is a little bit more complicated. And this is the point where Borg's camels are just fast enough. They aren't fast enough to hit and to really effectively hit on these mercenary cavalry. And these mercenary cavalry weren't fast enough to catch up to these camel archers and deal several damage or serious damage against them. And well, that's the importance of speed. If Borg had more speed, then he would have been able to hit, get more shots on his opponent. And if CL had speed instead, some camel archers also would have died. And for CL, that would. So I think speed is really an important feature for units. And most RTS players consider speed one of the most important features a unit has. So that's also true across many other games. And that's probably also speed is also the reason why champion cavalry are more and mercenary cavalry are more popular than their infantry counterparts. because
Yes,
mercenaries and champions are mainly made for fighting, and if you have the speed, then
yes,
well, you can dictate the fight, you can decide when to fight, where to fight, and when you don't want to fight and want to run away. And now you'll see how well this fight goes. Borg did garrison his camel archers in the barracks, and he garrisons on the other side. That's a little trick you can do.
yes,
And there are so well, this group escapes.
yes,
Probably these units are in the same control group and are running in the same direction.
yes,
Oh, as these ones are towards the same goal.
yes,
However, they ran through some opposing units.
yes,
Two of them survived.
yes, yes,
So barracks has been built for CL, and after all this fighting, both players are at well, they are at population below 170 after 26 minutes, and normally we see things develop faster, but that's only but in this case it doesn't mean that the players are slow, it just means that the players have been attacking each other a lot and slowing each other down. So we see 7 barracks for Borg. Now probably it also counts in unbuilt ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 indeed. So okay, and if we look to the resources of Borg, he is short on food. Because he does have 3,000 wood. He's phase 1 still, so he can't trade that wood for some useful resources. And CL is attacking him again, so every time someone looks about eco, he's also getting attacked. Some pikemen are in there, and pikemen they don't do a lot of damage, but they can irritate your unit, so to say, in the sense that they might your unit probably want to, or you probably want your unit to attack those with those units who deal the most damage, which are the slingers. And sometimes they attack 5 minutes, and that's generally not what you want. This cavalry unit is elite rank, and you can also see its capture has increased to 4.0. Borg is losing barracks, and he's also attacking like this. So I don't. Well, this is a strange decision to do this attack. Maybe he thought CL had nothing to defend. So Borg resigned, and I missed the final population in the end. So that's something which is important. Maybe Borg felt he was in a worse position than he was actually, or maybe he just lost a lot in that last battle. And we see that right here, Borg lost a lot of units. He had 7 barracks, and he lost 4 of them. But if you have 3 barracks, you're still probably in a decent position. The amount of cavalry that CL has isn't super high either. But well, I think it's a fair call to say that this game is over. Because well, Borg will always be having slow units that aren't super good, and also one disadvantage of the Stinger is their cost. They cost stone, and the big disadvantage of costing stone is that stone is gathered at a rate of base rate of 0.5, and while wood is collected faster.
PSD.
And I think probably the upgrades don't show for Borg here. No, they don't show, because I can't believe that he didn't do any upgrades. But that was this game, and Borg would have won this game if CL didn't counterattack. So, well, this entire game, I hadn't watched it before, but it shows the power of a good counterattack. And well, the defense by CL, it wasn't 100% perfect, but it was enough. So, well, from my experience, doing a massive infantry push against Carthaginians isn't really the way to defeat them early on, because now, first of all, you leave yourself open for a counterattack, and secondly, when your infantry are walking from your base towards your opponent's territory, and if they're walking in circles in your opponent's territory, it gets even worse. All those time your units aren't accomplishing anything, or they accomplish very little, and that's what we saw in this game. So this game, well, it had lasted 29 minutes, and I think it's long enough. So I will just go to the statistics one more time, and I will see you in another game. Bye.